A Japanese billionaire offered $400,000 every single month just to watch a 20-year-old Filipina girl hit tennis balls. When Coco Gauff first heard the news, the entire landscape of women's tennis shifted in ways no one could have predicted. What started as a whisper in the players' lounge quickly became the story that dominated headlines, locker room conversations, and late-night debates across the sport. This is the incredible story of Alex Eala, how one unprecedented offer sent massive shockwaves through the WTA Tour, exposed deep tensions that nobody wanted to name out loud, and forced the entire tennis world to confront a question that grows more uncomfortable the longer you think about it. Is Alex Eala already bigger than the sport itself? By the time this story is over, you might find yourself picking a side you never expected to be on. Because this isn't just about money. It's not just about tennis. It's about fame, cultural power, generational change, and what happens when a new star rises so fast that the old order starts to feel the ground moving beneath their feet. To truly understand why a number as staggering as $400,000 per month even entered the conversation around a 20-year-old player, you have to go back to the very beginning and see just how improbable Alex Eala's journey has been. Alexandra Eala was born on May 23, 2005, in Quezon City, Philippines. The Philippines has never been known as a tennis powerhouse. Unlike countries like the United States, Russia, or Spain that produce wave after wave of elite players, tennis in the Philippines has historically been a niche sport, something you played if your family had the money and connections to support it. There was no storied Davis Cup legacy, no national academy system churning out professionals year after year. For most young Filipinos, the dream of professional tennis remained just that, a distant dream. But Alex Eala was different. She was lucky in the way that truly matters in elite sports. Her family had the financial means to give her every opportunity. Her mother, a highly successful former CFO of Globe Telecom, one of the largest telecommunications companies in the Philippines, made sure her daughter could pursue the sport at the highest level. That support took young Alex all the way to the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, one of the most elite training environments in the entire world. There, surrounded by world-class coaches and facilities, something special started to emerge. Trainers described her left-handed game as rare and complete, technically clean with flawless footwork, powerful yet precise ground strokes, and, most importantly, a mental ferocity and discipline that most teenagers simply don't possess. She trained like someone who understood that talent alone was never enough. The breakthrough that first put her name on the global map came in 2022. At just 17 years old, Alex Eala became the first Filipina in history to win a major junior title, capturing the girls' singles crown at the US Open. That victory wasn't just a trophy, it was a statement. It announced to the tennis world that a new force from Southeast Asia had arrived. But that was only the beginning. 2025 would be the year everything exploded. At the Miami Open, playing in front of a raucous home-away-from-home crowd, Eala achieved something historic. She became the first player from the Philippines to defeat a Grand Slam champion and a top 10 ranked player since the WTA computer rankings were introduced in 1975. She marched all the way to the semifinals, the deepest run ever by a Filipina in a WTA event. Along the way, she took down heavyweights like Iga Swiatek and Madison Keys, both in straight sets, displaying a level of composure and shot-making that left commentators stunned. The atmosphere inside Hard Rock Stadium that week was electric. What should have been just another tennis tournament felt like a national celebration. Filipino fans waved flags, chanted her name, and created an energy that turned every match into a spectacle. It wasn't just tennis anymore, it was cultural pride on full display. Since that breakthrough, the pattern has repeated at every tournament she enters. Practice sessions that used to be quiet affairs are now packed with fans from the Philippines and beyond. Her matches draw crowds that feel disproportionate to her ranking. Her charm in interviews, humble yet confident, articulate and warm, only adds to the growing legend. Sponsors started noticing. Brands saw the potential. A young, charismatic Asian star with massive appeal in the lucrative markets of the Philippines, China, and especially Japan. Japan, in particular, took notice in a way that felt different. The Japanese tennis market had boomed during the Naomi Osaka era and was hungry for the next big story. When investors and sports conglomerates saw how Eala was filling stadiums and generating buzz wherever she played, wheels began turning behind the scenes. Then came the rumor that nobody in women's tennis saw coming. A Japanese billionaire, a powerful sports investment mogul with extensive ties to both the entertainment industry and elite athletics, reached out to the Eala family with a proposition that was unlike anything the WTA had ever witnessed. It wasn't a standard endorsement deal for rackets or clothing. It wasn't a sponsorship package tied to performance milestones. It was something far more personal, far more extraordinary. $400,000 every single month, simply for the opportunity to support her journey, watch her develop, and be part of her story. The offer reportedly came with much more than cash. It included access to private state-of-the-art training facilities in Japan, advanced sports science and recovery programs, and a full-scale international marketing machine designed to position Alexandra Eala not just as a tennis player, but as the defining face of Asian sports for the next decade or more. Before we dive into how this bombshell affected Coco Gauff and the rest of the tour, it's important to understand the personal relationship between these two players, because the contrast makes everything that followed hit with much greater emotional weight. Just 1 year earlier, at the 2025 Italian Open in Rome, a warm friendship seemed to be blossoming. Alexandra Eala personally reached out to Coco Gauff and asked if she would partner with her in doubles. Gauff, already an established star and two-time Grand Slam champion, agreed. The pair played together, won matches, and shared lighthearted moments at the net. It looked like one of those genuine, cross-cultural connections that fans love to see in women's tennis. Two young stars supporting each other in a highly competitive world. They stayed in touch as Eala's career continued its rapid ascent. On the surface, everything appeared friendly and respectful. But February 2026 changed the temperature dramatically. In the quarterfinals of the Dubai Tennis Championships, the two faced off for the first time in singles. What unfolded was a masterclass from Gauff. In just 67 minutes, she dismantled Eala 6-0, 6-2. It was clinical, dominant, and left no doubt about the gap that still existed between the young Filipina and the very elite of the game. Eala was refreshingly honest in her post-match comments. She didn't make excuses. She admitted there was still work to do, and that the top players operated on a different level. Yet what the scoreline hid was the extraordinary atmosphere in the stadium. A packed crowd in the UAE, far from the Philippines, was overwhelmingly pro-Eala. Filipino fans who had traveled great distances cheered louder and more passionately for the world number 47 than for the world number 4 and two-time major winner. Veteran commentator Steve Johnson remarked that it simply wasn't normal for a player of Gauff's stature to face such a one-sided crowd against a much lower-ranked opponent. Gauff handled the situation with public grace. In her press conference, she praised Eala, saying, "I'd like to thank Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport. I really appreciate it. It's great for tennis." She even added a light joke that she pretended every cheer for Eala was actually a cheer for herself. Privately, however, sources close to the Gauff camp painted a different picture. The growing narrative that this 20-year-old sensation was becoming not just a rival, but a genuine phenomenon capable of eclipsing established stars was starting to create real discomfort. Then the news about the Japanese billionaire offer broke. Suddenly, the dynamics felt even more charged. The offer wasn't just about money. It was a powerful signal that the commercial and cultural center of gravity in women's tennis might be shifting eastward toward a new generation and new markets. A month later, at Indian Wells, the two met again in what became one of the most talked-about matches of the early 2026 season. This time, Eala came out with visible intensity and revenge on her mind. She stormed through the first set and broke early in the second, looking completely in control and ready to pull off a major upset. It was at that precise moment that Coco Gauff retired due to an arm injury. Gauff was genuinely injured. That much is undisputed and important to acknowledge. Retirements happen, and players deserve the benefit of the doubt when it comes to physical issues. But in the hyper-aware world of professional tennis, the timing raised eyebrows. Many noted that Gauff chose to stop the match right when Eala appeared on the verge of a convincing victory. The tennis internet immediately fractured into two passionate camps. One side insisted it was purely an injury with no deeper meaning, and that reading drama into a medical retirement was unfair and speculative. The other side pointed to the billionaire offer, the shifting crowd loyalties, the subtle changes in body language between the two players at the net, and wondered whether something more personal was brewing beneath the surface of their once warm relationship. In her own press conference, Eala remained composed and diplomatic. When asked about Gauff, she said simply, "I know that Coco's a great player, and she's really going to give you a hard time. There's nothing much you can do about the other person playing well, so I tried to focus on what I could control." Noticeably absent was any of the warmth or personal affection she had shown in the past when speaking about their doubles partnership or friendship. It was respectful but distant, the kind of answer you give about any opponent, not someone you once called a friend. Behind the scenes, the Japanese billionaire's story continued to accelerate. Formal meetings took place. A team of sports investment advisors was reportedly flown from Tokyo to evaluate Eala's training regimen, long-term goals, and development plan. The full package went well beyond the monthly payments. It promised elite resources and a global platform that could elevate her into a true transnational superstar. Earlier comments from Sky Sports lead presenter Gigi Salmon now seemed almost prophetic. In terms of her appeal, the crowds that follow her, she might already be the biggest star. That single line captured the heart of the growing debate. Because the question that started circulating more openly than ever before was one that professional tennis usually prefers to keep quiet. Can a player become the face of the sport before they have actually won it? Before they have lifted a Grand Slam singles trophy? Before they have held the world #1 ranking? And if the answer is yes, if cultural impact, fan devotion, marketability, and raw star power can outpace on-court achievements, then what does that mean for the players who have already sacrificed everything to win those titles? What does it mean for established champions like Coco Gauff? What does it mean for the traditional hierarchy of the sport? And perhaps most importantly, what does it say about the future of tennis in a world where social media, global fan bases, and massive international investment can elevate someone at lightning speed? This story is still unfolding. Alex Eala is only 20 years old. Her best tennis is almost certainly still ahead of her. But the conversation she has sparked about talent versus phenomenon, about merit versus market, about tradition versus transformation, is one that the WTA Tour will have to reckon with for years to come. One thing is already clear. Whether you love her, root against her, or simply can't look away, Alex Eala has forced tennis to look in the mirror and ask questions it wasn't quite ready to answer. And in that sense, maybe she really is already bigger than the sport itself.